Hi, I'm Lydia Rynne.
And I'm Joseph Baker.
And our script is called A True Crime Story.
A True Crime Story is a TV comedy drama about a lonely true crime junkie who teams up with a former high school bully to fake a disappearance that will catapult them both to stardom.
But their audacious plan is thrown into chaos by a far grislier real-life crime.
We both have extremely unhealthy obsessions with true crime documentaries, especially in the kind of macabre notoriety that they can generate for both the perpetrators and the victims.
Yeah, and this got us wondering what would happen if somebody who was preoccupied with true crime exploited that knowledge in order to become famous. We also read that interestingly, women are by far the largest consumers of true crime content, which inspired the development of our two leads, Michelle and Diane.
I originally came to screenwriting from a background in writing and performing very bad stand-up comedy. From there, I kind of drifted into writing and directing and acting in very low budget feature films. And eventually I realized that if I, channeled my focus solely towards writing, which was the one thing that I was any good at, then maybe I might actually get somewhere. And yeah, for the last few years, I've been making a living writing and developing different TV film ideas for various production companies.
Myself, I started working in theatre, initially as a physical theatre performer with a penchant for playing goats and other horned animals, weirdly, is what I was cast as. And then I moved into working in script development for the West End. But this whole time I was writing in my spare time, it's my guilty pleasure. And eventually I gave in to the writing itch. I went to the National Film and Television School, and now I've been writing across games and developing TV and film ideas for about 2 years now.
We're often inspired by an article, a news story, anything really that sort of speaks to the profound absurdity of modern life, and from there we usually extrapolate some kind of plot, asking what kind of people would do X, Y, and Z in this situation.
Yeah, it usually ends up us developing characters who are outsiders of society, on the fringes looking in, and in that way, in a way, they become critiques of normal modern day society. But what's good is that they're always infused, the stories and the characters are always infused with compassion and empathy, and they're all essentially, despite their kooks and despite the crazy things they do, driven by the desire to connect with other people.
In terms of how we work together as a duo, it's always an across-the-board collaboration, but because we can't actually stand to be in the same room as each other.
This is quite hard.
Yeah, this is excruciating. We tend to pass back and forth any ideas, log lines, treatments, beat sheets, and we just kind of take it in turns to do passes on each element.
Yeah, for the script itself though, we tend to find a midpoint of the story, split the script in half, and then we go away with specific deadlines in mind, at which point we just swap over and do a pass of each other's script.
When it comes to the question of feature films and TV, we're not really tied down to one or the other.
Yeah, we like to keep our fingers in all of the pies. Yeah, why did I do that? But yeah, we like to keep our fingers in all of the pies. It's whatever best serves the story.
Stop saying fingers in pies.
Sorry, I just really like pies. Self-Preservation is one of our TV series ideas. It's a Blackley comic thriller set in the Swiss Alps at a cryogenics facility. And we follow this dysfunctional married couple as they try and save their cryogenics company from going under. We're thinking Fargo meets Catastrophe.
And yet another of our TV ideas is called Unidentified, and that is a sci-fi comedy drama about a disabled UFO enthusiast and his attempt to track down his missing carer. With the help of his new carer and the missing man's twin sister, this odd, unlikely threesome find themselves going down some very dark roads of alien conspiracy theories and government cover-ups. Just think The X-Files with lots of comedy set in the West Midlands. There you go. This was actually the first project that we worked on together, and ideally it would be the last, but unfortunately it's gone very well, so I guess we're stuck together for a bit longer.
Yeah, it's quite awkward and quite tense a lot of the time. But this is, as Joe said, it is our first collaboration, but one of many more to come.